Hello, everybody. Welcome to your Daily Pop. Oh my gosh, you guys, funny story about yesterday's big channel. Thank you if you were one of the 20 people that got to watch it before I took it down. I have the funniest story, and I can't believe it filmed like that, and it was so crazy. So anyways, I was filming it, and I'm 13 minutes in, and the doorbell rings. It's the second time the doorbell rings, so I think it's somebody coming to fix something, do something. So I think I turn the camera off, but I don't. I just kind of like bend it the wrong way and I leave it running. So it's just on these cards, nobody's saying anything for like 2 or 3 minutes. Then I come back and I still think the camera's off, so I just start moving the phone around to like reorganize it. Hilarious. You see the roof, you see a TV screen, you see a chair. It's so crazy. And that's why I made it my mission to always look at every single video before I put them up from start to finish, because I was certain I had turned it off. So then on my iMovie, and I'm piecing everything together, it seems seamless, it makes sense. And then I'm watching it after I put it up, and I'm like, why is there no sound? And then I realize, I hear, oh shit, or something like that. And then I take off, and then it's just sitting there. It was so ridiculous. I thought it was hilarious. So anyway, you guys, that being said, it's just saying, in this kind of frantic build up sometimes that we have to Christmas, let's slow down and recheck everything. Honest, you guys, like when you're buying stuff at a store, watch for things, some of your purchases sliding under other bags or being missed. I feel like, that's a thing right now. And also on the road, I promised myself I really wanted to go out today and do some stuff, but I was like, you know what? The last time I was out the day before yesterday, I could already tell and sense that people were driving erratically, not paying attention, looking at their phones. So be extra careful, you guys. And thank you so much, Emma, for these beautiful Pure Magic Oracle cards. We're going to be using these today, and we're going to talk about levitation, the higher ground, belief, mastery, and meditation. Higher ground, 100%. I had the most wonderful conversation with Joni yesterday, and I mean, they are so kind of ahead of the curve ever since they were little. I mean, they loved Shakespeare and some of the really hard-hitting literature writers at like 10, 11 years old. A Cancer sign, really deep thinker. And we were having a FaceTime last night talking about, what's truly important. And they were saying how they go out and they lay out on their deck and they just look at the moon and they talk to the universe and they relax. And I just got so happy and tingly and felt absolutely amazing, because they are now doing these kind of cosmic boosts that help and heal us all, stopping what really matters. To me, it's the same thing. It is like friendship, family, nature. Nature is so healing. We were talking about the sun just warming your body, everything slowing down, and the impact of other little things not matter at all or as much when we're connected to nature. We don't care what's going over, who's posting what on IG, what celeb is doing what, who is commenting what. You just are feeling nature 100%. Your belief and self-mastery of beautiful self-talk and thinking, I am high value, I am high worth, I am worth everything beautiful that comes my way. People are now, as well as yourself, conditioning your world for great things to come in, because you're recognizing when there is lesser vibrations taking place and not accepting it. Somebody being dismissive, dishonest, whatever it is, you're like, no thanks, you can go. Where you're like, I'd rather be with my cat sitting in the sun and meditating. Honestly, like those things that are peaceful, calming, grounding, and centering are what is going to attract you. When we meditate and we get out in nature and we're alone and infusing ourselves with really good natural vibes. Like I was at the beach the other day, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the first time in a long time where I was so quiet and so undistracted and so present that I could hear the seagulls little squish squash squish squash squish squash when they were walking in the mud. And it made me laugh, because I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I was ever calm and quiet enough, or there weren't any people around where I could really target into that bizarre squish squash noise. And it was hilarious. And they make like little internal groans when they're like opening seashells. It's hilarious. And that's where I was. I felt levitated above the the noise and the 3D calamity and all of that to peace and calm and true connection with nature, which I absolutely loved. And from then, I had really strong sense of self throughout the day. I didn't have like impulsive spending. I didn't get triggered by people being total, colossal, gigantic a-holes on the road. None of that. It was just like, listen, everybody is doing them. Everybody wants something different and is doing something different. And I accept it. I accept it all. You know, it's that kind of energy when you get into that. And I absolutely love it. So let's talk about astral travels. Possible impossibility. I love that. I think I'm going to get a shirt made up that says that. Freedom, traveler, inner dreams. If we think it, I promise you we can absolutely do it. In terms of self-motivation, like when I woke up, I didn't think I was going anywhere today or to do anything because Ian was kind of inundating me with, you need to do this, you need to do that. And my brain all of a sudden put it in the category of pressure cooker. And I thought, you know what? No, I don't. I don't have to do any of this. If I want to, I can do these things and I can do them when and how I wish. You know what I mean? But it's my own ego, my own little thing thinking I have to. And to him as well, they were just suggestions to me. But as a fire sign, I'll begin all these things. And I said, you know what? Straight line, 1 step, 2 step, what makes me feel good? And I was like, first thing I've been wanting to do, and it keeps popping into my head, is Bobby, my awesome mailman. I want to get his mother and his gift in a package and hang it on my doorstep so I don't forget. It's Christmas Eve. I'm like, do this. And all of a sudden I was initialized back in the right path of what I wanted to do. Right. And then I felt free. I felt free from those ties that kind of bind us, that just because somebody suggests something to us certainly doesn't mean we have to do it. Absolutely not. And our brain will keep resuggesting it. If it makes us feel good as opposed to tight or restricted, then we do it. Joyful, light. Any of that restrictive that feels forced, no thank you, that kind of. Now our inner dreams too, where are we propelling ourselves? Where are we angling ourselves? Is it for success, for restful, like benevolent behavior, calm, soothing, self-care? I have to do this for myself because sometimes I will get in such a state of creativity and business and doing a lot of things. Then all of a sudden I'm like, are you taking those deep cleansing breaths that you should be? Just take one right now. Go in your nose, out your mouth, and say and honestly feel your neck relax, feel your shoulders relax, and feel your spine and lower body relax. As soon as I do that and I calm everything, I feel like everything flows again and nothing. And catch yourself in your car. Do you feel like you're tightening your neck and your shoulders? That will automatically happen to me when I'm like, I know people are trying to be Evel Knievel and all kinds of, Mario Karting out there. I'm like, I'll get tense and then I will purposely breathe in and breathe out. And I listen to my favorite readers while I'm driving around. Anyone who has a calm, soothing voice, I'm all about that in my car because I like it. It's like having a familiar friend with me. So I do that. And if you guys dig my stuff, play it in your car and seriously watch the difference. It's almost like somebody's traveling with you and you're not noticing all the like lower vibrational stuff. Now also with astral travel, possible impossibility means to me that anything that we set our sights on, have focus and follow through, we can actually contemplate it, begin it, follow our pattern, right through to the finish line to success. We can do this. It can be starting a new endeavor. It can be like, Ian blows my mind. Capricorns, oh my gosh, they are the possible impossibilities. He's like, oh, I don't like the way this sink is right now, or the cupboard. He's like, I better go get a new cupboard and a new faucet and a new sink and I'll just put it in. He legit did this in one freaking afternoon. Yesterday, he just did this. I was like, oh, so you're just going to build a cupboard and just put on the marble countertop and do the plumbing? I'm serious. Like 2 hours, he came home, bam, 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 bam. Hagen, hand me this, hand me that. It was done. And I was like, wow, I wish I had that kind of like, Capricorns, when they see it, they just create it and they do not stop until it's accomplished. I was muy impressed with the situation because I can talk myself out of anything if I think it's going to be laborious, but very impressive. But remember, you have the ability to get done whatever it is you want doing, but give yourself breadth and width in terms of time. Say I have all the time in the world, all is well. As soon as I feel like I have more time, I tell you what, I get twice as much accomplished with half the kind of like push or pressure. It's awesome. It's just like smooth and calm because I'll say to myself, I do not need to do anything. What do I want to do? And then with the inner self talk, I convince myself this is something that is a good idea. And then I kind of get that purposeful action behind it and I get it done. So you guys, that's your daily pop. Love and light.